Top 16. Let's go. Okay, so they started off the night with a group number choreographed by Christopher Scott and Sonya. And I heard the song and I was like, wow, this is Soley. This is an Icelandic artist. Sonya has to be the choreographer. There's no other choreographer who probably knows of this artist. And I was like, this is great. I loved the group number. It was really good. My favorite of the night. Then they let everyone know that Jade is withdrawing himself out of the competition. He got an injury. He's out. He was most likely the one out anyways, fortunately. But yeah, he's out of the competition, leaving Malece by herself. The judges are Nigel, Mary, Erin Andrews, who have no idea who she is, but she was great. I actually really enjoyed her on the show. And Paula Abdul, who obviously was American Idol judge. Happy to have her on too. I thought she was great on American Idol. It's nice to see her on this show as well. Happy to see you, Paula. So yeah, then they let us know. There was a lot of info at the beginning. They let us know they changed the format. They're like, oh, you guys don't like eliminating people at the beginning. We're going to do it at the end. But they're like, we're going to still do the solos at the beginning and tell you who's on the bottom at the beginning too. Doesn't really make sense, but whatever. Bottom three guys were Curtis, obviously Jade, and Blueprint. Jade went home. No need for the guys to do solos. And for the girls, it was Jasmine Mason, Alexis, and Jenna. And I was like, I kind of already know who I want to leave, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Time for the performances. Amy and Fiction started off the night with a Paso Doble choreographed by Marc Generoux, and yeah, I could say I liked it. Definitely not my favorite Paso Doble. They really got the characters, I can say that. I don't know if I particularly liked it. I don't think they danced it badly. I just wasn't a huge fan of the piece. There's not really much against A. This is really subjective. You may love it. I didn't really love it though. I really love them, and I'm happy that they're being challenged. They're doing a lot of different genres, and I'm happy about that. But this one was probably my least favorite that they've done. Jasmine, Harper, and Erin were next, and they danced a Broadway piece choreographed by Spencer Liff. And Spencer Liff is really making me like Broadway. His Broadway pieces are unique. They have a lot of story. I really think they are given characters that they can really grasp. This one in particular was about a crime scene, and Jasmine was a spirit. He was the detective. I really liked it. I really thought they got the characters down. It was believable. Jasmine's legs are insane. I liked it. I thought it was good. It was like a solid Broadway piece, and they're really making me like Broadway, so congratulations. Mackenzie and Paula were next, and they danced a contemporary piece by a new choreographer, Lindsay Nelco. And I thought this was a really sincere, honest piece. I mean, I told you guys at the beginning I'm not a huge fan of Paul, but he's making it hard for me to dislike him because it was great. It was so real. It was honest, and I was like, this is so pure. And I mean, it was about a terminally ill a woman letting her husband know that to let go, you know. And it was emotional. It was flawless. I honestly loved it. I thought this was one of the best of the night, and they killed it. Good job. Jasmine, Mason, and Alan were next to dance a jazz piece choreographed by Cheeseman, an identical piece that Cheeseman choreographed already on So You Think You Dance Canada. Identical. Janique and Jeff danced it on season 3 of So You Think You Dance Canada, and I was like, wow, this is the same song, same movement. I love the movement. I liked the piece, so that's why I remember it. I'm like, wow, Cheeseman, what are you doing? You think I'm not going to notice? So you think you can dance like fanatic over here, and I can't believe it. But whatever, I'm happy that it got broadcasted to the United States because I did like the piece when I saw it then. And I mean, I thought they were good. I thought they could have been a little bit more quirky, but I really like the piece. And Cheeseman, call out crew. Jenna and Tucker were next to dance a Keone and Madrid hip-hop. Definitely new choreographers, never have said that before. They danced a different hip-hop. It was a Michael Jackson song. It was a really hard-hitting piece. They were so in sync. It was unique. I liked it. It was different. And it really drew me in. They were spot on. They were so together. And I think the reason why I loved it so much was because of that. I love it when pieces have a lot of in sync, and when the contestants can be so in sync. I'm like, wow, I'm so impressed. So I think this is Jenna and Tucker's best performance. It was one of my favorites of the night, and I think they'll be safe. Malece and Marko were next, and they danced a contemporary piece choreographed by Sonya. Marko, obviously the all-star, replacing Jade in this. I liked it. I thought there were some things in this I've never seen before. Some really good tricks, and she really stepped it up. She was like at Marko's level. I believed it. I thought the props of the chandeliers were neat. I didn't love it, but I did really like it. And I'm happy that Malece was able to step it up, and I think Marko probably really had a lot to do with that. So, and the fact that she had to dance it with Jade first, and she danced it with Marko after, and she obviously excelled. It was good. It was impressive. So, congratulations, Malece. Hayley and Curtis were next, and they danced Samba, choreographed by Jean-Marc Generoux. I love Samba. I'm happy that it's back on the show. I've been missing it. But this one really wasn't the Samba I've been waiting for. Curtis and Hayley, they just haven't really impressed me that much. I don't know whether or not Hayley needs a new partner or what, but it really felt juvenile. It really wasn't sexy. It felt like a really slow Samba. I don't know whether or not that was just the choreography or just the way they performed it. But it really needs to be brought to another level, and Hayley keeps on sneaking on by. People seem to love her, so I might not be seeing something that others see in her. She has a large fan base from what it seems like. Curtis, though, he was in the bottom, and if Jade wasn't let go, who knows, he might have been let go. I do think he needs to really step it up. He's a very charismatic and likable guy, and I think Hayley is too, but together this pair seems definitely way below the rest. So again, I would put them in the bottom. Nico and Alexis were next. They danced a jazz piece choreographed by Liff. I think this is the first time he has choreographed jazz instead of Broadway. It still felt a little Broadway. It was about hypnotizing Nico. Nico was really impressive in this. He was just like standout. I almost couldn't keep my eyes off him. Alexis really stepped it up too and was at his level. And yeah, this piece was good. I don't know if they work well together though. I would like to see Nico with someone else. I really would. And Alexis, maybe she'd work better with someone else too. I don't know if they really have a lot of chemistry. But they danced it well. But there's something missing in that. So I don't know. Do you agree with me? Is there something odd about Alexis and Nico? Blueprint and Mariah were last, and they danced Luther Brown hip-hop piece, and I really liked the piece. I thought there was lots of energy. I thought they really got it. I thought this was one of Luther Brown's best pieces that he's choreographed on So You Think You Dance US. And I mean, I enjoyed it. Then they started talking about Blueprint's personality and how he really needs to bring it out, otherwise he's going to be out of the show soon. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, just because I mean, I totally understand that personality gets too far on the show, but I feel like if Blueprint starts acting like someone he isn't, then it starts to get a little bit contrived, and I just don't want him to feel like he needs to be someone else just to get votes. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think they should ask that of him. I personally don't have a problem with Blueprint. I don't know how everyone else feels. I mean, he was in the bottom. Obviously, maybe he's not getting votes. Cyrus went so far in his season because of his personality, not because of his dancing. And I kind of appreciate that Blueprint really wants to perfect his dancing. He's obviously, I would say, a better dancer than Cyrus in other genres. But because his personality isn't so strong, he is obviously not doing as well. So I feel torn about this. I don't want him to be fake. That's the one thing I hate. When people start being fake. I like that he's real, I like that he's himself. He's obviously more shy than everybody else, and I kind of find that endearing. I don't know if other people agree with me, but that's how I feel. That's all I have to say. Okay, so we need to find out who they let go of the girls, and they saved Jenna right away. It's between Alexis, it's between Jasmine, and if it were up to me, I would let go Alexis, because I just don't feel an attachment to her. I don't connect with her. All her performances just kind of leave me meh. Whereas Jasmine has an amazing blindfold piece. I really liked her Argentine tango. The piece today she had was good, but they let her go, and that's a huge mistake. I think it was a huge mistake. I can't believe that they did that. I can't believe she was in the bottom, first of all. And then they just let her go, and I'm like, what? I really pegged her to be someone who went far. After Amy, I would say Jasmine Mason or Jasmine Harper. The Jasmines were awesome, and they let her go, and I'm like, what? Wow. I can't believe they kept Alexis over her. I'm going to be extra hard on Alexis now. She really needs to connect. I don't feel anything when I see her on stage, and man, what? I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. Anyways, so if you feel as strongly as I do, please leave a comment. Would you have kept Alexis? Would you have kept Jasmine? Would you have sent home Jenna? Let me know. My favorite performances were the hip-hop Tucker and Jenna. I liked that one. And I really liked Mackenzie and Paul's contemporary piece. And the bottom, again, Curtis and Hayley. Curtis is like on thin ice. Blueprint will probably be in the bottom. The girls are strong. I don't really know who else would be in the bottom, but we'll see. Leave a comment. See you next week. I might have a special guest next week, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Peace!